Hello and welcome to my Elite Dangerous from scratch 2. Well, I had another window in the way of what you see, so I kind of have to start this a little over again. Is this left? Is this left?
Ready to engage. 4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
We checked to make sure that our encoded materials were not full. And just kind of stay a little wide to keep from getting mixed up in the asteroid belt of the planet. Don't want to come in too fast. We have scanned the planet, that's why you see the grid. We do want a slope when we come in for landing. I think we have sunshine, so I don't think it's going to be dark, but we will be prepared. Our bottom sensor is empty of bogies at the moment.
Orbital flight engaged.
I don't like coming in too fast, so we slow it down a little bit. It's kind of hard to tell. It looks like we're going to have some shade, which will make it a little dark. You have trouble finding it. One of the past videos, I listed the coordinates down to 4 decimals. So you can get close to it and then take out the SRV and find it. It does show up on your back radar too of the SRV. As soon as you find it once, it'll show up under your points of interest. You're coming in fast. Yeah, I think it was just coming out of Super Cruise is why. Is this landing? Not too dark at the moment, but it's kind of in that dark spot that's in front of us. And playing 5 games, I have to, with different controllers and different bindings and all kinds of stuff, so. Now parking, yeah, that can always be fun here. Trying to find a parking place. Might take just a little bit to find one. Usually on this back right side we can find one. And those flashing squares and triangles on the bottom radar, I don't think I've ever seen another ship here at Dav's Hope even in the air. So is this alternate? Is this alternate? Is this alternate? You look for that red to turn blue. See, there was a parking place. See if we can find it again. Right there. Very small. So just kind of tap it. Okay, is this down? Is this down?
Drive assist on. Low gravity warning.
And you can easily find it by the your back radar. That upper signals will give you a hint of where it's at when you're in the SRV. I have a parking place I usually go to. It's on this back right side. Like right in here. Okay. Is this brake? Is this brake? Yeah, it's not letting me do it. Sometimes it won't let me. I have to remember my controls again. Collected archives. We're looking for archives and captures. Every few weeks you can rescan the ship. And there's 4 of these comms controls. So this menu, we exit to the main menu, we come back and we can rescan. And you can do what you like. You can leave and come back or whatever, but it sounds like a waste of time. So I leave to the main menu, come back and rescan, and just do that till it fills. Because we need that material to trade for other materials. Now we won't be able to scan the ship this time. You know, you can scan it once every few weeks. It'll tell you you've already scanned it. But you can scan the COM ports until you fill them up. Now this is a pristine planet, so you can gather raw materials here too, if you wish. Sys menu. Takes me about a month and a half to fill up or hit endgame or close to endgame on an alt account. Took me about a year and a half to hit endgame on the main account, which has a fleet carrier and has 9 ships and all of that, but probably would have taken less time if that's what I was shooting for, is just hit the endgame. But on these alt accounts, that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get to a point where we have 100 million credits. We fill up our materials. We work with all the essential engineers. Sys menu. So you have to decide what your end game is. And the areas that you're comfortable in and what you want to do. And your SRV will reset after every time back from the menu too, so it kind of redrops. And in the right panel, you can, under inventory and encrypted materials, you can check where you're currently at any time. Sys menu. I'll check those as soon as we get back to the SRV. As it comes back up. Is this right? Captures are at 36 of 100 and archives are at 39 of 150. Is this right? So we still got a little ways to go. Usually takes about 25 minutes, something like that. But you need these materials. Now the materials you use the most are the manufactured materials, and then the raw materials, and then the encoded materials. But you need all of them if you're going to work with the engineers. And the more you have, the better. Because then you can go to material traders and move to materials or trade materials for other materials that you need. Sys menu. I'll have to look to see which engineer we're going to next. I have 5 alt accounts. This is our second. And we'll probably use all 5 of them over time. And then we'll move credits and all of the 100 million credits over to the fleet carrier. And then restart one of the alt accounts. So just keep it going on and on and on. Sys menu. But my alt account support my main account. And you can watch my adventures, Elite Dangerous My Adventures, from the beginning. And even when we purchased the fleet carrier, we purchased the pythons and the cutters. Now, Frontier has nerfed, as of the recording of this video, has nerfed the trading cargo missions. So we're making half of what we used to make, and for a time, we're making about 1/10 of what we used to make, or worse. But at least we collected quite a few during that time. It was, 10 times more. We do have about 8 years of upkeep for our fleet carrier, and I can move about 1.5 billion from scratch 1 series. Sys menu. Over to the fleet carrier through the commodities market on the fleet carrier. So I can buy tritium at the highest price from the carrier, sell it back to the carrier at the lowest price, and move up to 240 million from an alt account to the main account, or do it the opposite direction, buy at the lowest price and sell it back at the highest price. And you can transfer 240 million to the alt account. And I'm sure when Odyssey comes out, if it hasn't already by the time I get this video published, the main account will support Odyssey in some form or fashion. Now, I said because Space Legs is not part of VR that I would wait. Well, I'm sure you'd want to see it, and the ships and the SRVs in Odyssey will be in VR. So, sys menu. So I went ahead and pre-ordered, so you'll be able to see that when it comes out. Now, Space Legs will show as a projection on my VR headset. It won't be an actual 3D. So, we'll just do what we can. And as you know, I only do combat based on what I have to do. I'm a trade explorer, not a combat person. But check out my bounty hunting videos. It'll help you get started in combat. And that's usually enough for me. Yeah, the HOTUS doesn't always work the best for certain tasks like this. Sysmenu. See, I'm not sure how you would see, this thing's kind of all over the place if you are shooting at something. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that would work. I don't know if it'd work really good, but since I'm not a combat person. Sysmenu. Well, I do appreciate you coming along. Make sure you look to the lower right hand corner of the video and press that subscribe button. That'd really help me out with YouTube. YouTube requires that I have 1,000 subscribers, and after a year and over 1,450 videos, I have around 220 subscribers. So I need much more of your help, and it's free. YouTube allows you as the viewer to subscribe to 2,000 channels for free. So I just need one of those free ones. Underneath the video to the far left, you'll see our YouTube channel, GFM_RDG, where you can watch those 1,450 more videos. And underneath the video in the description, you see ways to donate, join our Patreon, and find our fleet carrier so you can add tritium to its fuel tank. So all of those ways, all the ways I talked about, would really help our channel. Sysmenu. I use voice attack to bind commands to voice. Works okay. There's times you have to tell it 2 or 3 times, but now Frontier says that, Sysmenu, that in Odyssey we can play the way we wish if you want to be a trader or an explorer or into combat, so we'll see. Because I'll be more of the trader explorer. I'm sure, like with the NPCs and interdictions, there'll be times where you get attacked by bandits and you have to try to fight your way through it. Kind of like Half-Life Alex. Watch the videos I have on that. You're always being attacked, which is, it's kind of out of my comfort zone, but I try to keep bringing you videos of that, and after I get all the way through, as of the recording of this video, I'm about halfway through. And it's quite wild, especially in VR. Sys menu. And it might only be in VR, I don't know about that, because everything I play is in VR. Make sure you watch our No Man's Sky and Subnautica and Assetto Corsa Auto Racing, Ultimate Fishing Simulator. That's, I think, some of the best VR games that are available. Probably should check the inventory again. See how close or far we are. I think we'd show up full on some things pretty soon. Is this right? Captures is 99 out of 100, so, and archives is 135 out of 150, so we are almost complete. Is this menu? I usually guess it pretty close most of the time. When I say it's about time, it's usually pretty close to about time for it to fill up. Archives, sometimes it loads more faster and other times it doesn't. Archives is not as important as the captures. Now we want them both, yes. But usually as soon as captures fails, we're good. See, there's captures failed. We do have enough archives. Sys menu. Yeah, we'll do at least one more. Just for archive's sake. Because we're pretty close to filling it up too. Well, I do appreciate you coming along, and I appreciate all those that have subscribed. It really means a lot. When you create 1,400 videos, you always hope that your viewers will subscribe, because that's the way YouTube has set it up. You have to play the game the way they set it up, and that's how they have, so not much I can do about it. Yeah, this will be our last round, and then I'll figure out where we're going from here. I think it did fail. Yeah, archives failed also. So we're done. And sometimes you have to use your jets to get out of here. We'll go back to the fleet carrier, and then I'll look up where we're going next. We still have to do 50 commodity markets, and we have to do 5 black markets, so we still have to do all that. So sit down. Should be pretty close. There it is. Is this left? Instead of points of interest, we want fleet carriers. And then we want the RGFC. Did I miss it? Should be pretty close though. There it is, because we have a bookmark. Is this left? Is this alternate? Is this alternate? Is this landing?
Landing gear retracted.
Is this alternate? Is this super?
Frame shift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I have to watch the bottom radar in case we get some bogeys that want to shoot at us or take us out of Super Cruise with an interdiction. Is this left? Is this left? The gravitational pull of the planet is keeping us from getting there real fast, but we will get there. Again, I'm very appreciative that you showed up to watch our video. Hopefully you watch more of our 1,450 plus videos. I do like starting from scratch, and that's why when I find specials on Elite Dangerous, I usually pick those up, and I have 6 copies. 1 for the main account, and this is our second alt, and I've got 3 more that we'll start from scratch after we find the end game for our alt account. Which we will. We always do. Where I say, well, that's about enough. So then we'll start up. Now we might come back to one of the alt accounts if we decide we want to do a few more things. Yeah, I have not perfected the HOTUS, that's for sure. It's nice having a fleet carrier. I just wish they wouldn't have nerfed the cargo missions. At some point we are going to have to try to build that back up to like 10.5 or 10.6 billion.
Hello, Commander. Please stay aware
Just
of
left.
other ships around this area. Clearance
Just left.
granted. Move directly to your landing pad. Docking request confirmed. Assisted approach is go.
See, this is the ultimate asset, is the fleet carrier. And all it costs you about 7 billion for purchase at 5 billion, and then the 2 billion for the services and some of the extras that you have to have. So 7 billion is a good number when you go to purchase a fleet carrier. But it's the taxi service. That's what I use it for. Carry all my ships are on here. I have 12 ships in total, counting the 2 Pythons in my alt accounts. I have my 4 cutters and my 6 Pythons.
Landing successful. Clamps engaged.
Well, I appreciate you coming along. Hopefully you'll come along again. So until the next video, thank you for watching. Goodbye.